I have this OBS bug that just like stops my recording sometimes, and it's doing it to me today, and it's pissing me off. Anyways, hello new and returning stinkies. I hope you guys are doing great today. If you're new, hello, I'm Kruzadar. I'm a variety creator here on YouTube, and currently you're watching my beauty channel. Today, this was a video kind of long time coming. We're gonna go over my personal skincare like journey and tips for if you have acne. As you can see, my face is not perfect. I still have breakouts and stuff, but I have a long history with cystic acne. I still deal with cystic acne, and I've found some really nice hacks over the years that have helped calm it down and take a lot of the pain away. So we're gonna go over that. But I did also want to kind of apologize for not having this video out yet and kind of slacking a little bit on uploads. Running through YouTube channels and doing a bunch of work behind the scenes tends to, you know, obviously as this is kind of the new channel and just kind of like doing it for fun, it takes a little bit of a back burner. So I do appreciate the patience. I did actually, funny enough, record this video a few days ago, and I didn't post it because I felt like I was just a little too all over the place with it, and I would rather do it with all the products in hand rather than having to edit them in. So I've decided to re-record it and have a lot of the products that I use on hand over here on my desk, so I can show you them, and then that way I don't have to like fully link it all. I will link a Google document that I use. That you know, I update my skincare and stuff on there probably about like once every month or so, for things that I might be changing or I feel like work better, and I'll share that down below, but that way I can just show you the products on screen and kind of go from there. So hopefully this is helpful for you. Before I show you all the products and I get into my skincare routine, I want to let you know about my journey. So if you don't care about that, you can obviously skip past that, but I will say, in my opinion, I would recommend listening to it just because depending on your skincare needs, especially with acne and stuff, I feel like it's good to know this background knowledge because, like, how do I explain it? Sometimes, and it's especially prevalent with people who, you know, they secretly like get Botox and all this stuff, or they get a bunch of work done and they don't disclose it, and so and they never tell about their like actual history and all this shit, and it's just like, I don't want to like jump into things and just recommend it without you guys knowing, because like that personally irks me off a little bit, especially when I see it on TikTok. But that's also why I like doing like this YouTube channel. So you know, the style on this channel is kind of just like sit, hang out, like as if we were on like a FaceTime call and I'm doing my makeup and we're chilling, and you know, I'm not trying to do any like heavy editing and shit. And I know like the first video or two we kind of did that because we were originally planning to put this up on my main channel, but you know, things have changed and I decided to make this channel and put all that stuff here. So anyways, I'm rambling, but yeah, let me kind of tell you my history with my skincare, and I just kind of want you guys to see too. Let me try and get a little bit closer here. My skin's not perfect. I will say this camera makes my, like, there's a little bit higher contrast on here than what's like in person, but like, I mean, my skin, I just got over a pretty bad breakout. My skin's really smooth right now. You can see what, just getting up all close in here. This just got irritated earlier today, so that was bleeding, but like, you know, I've picked a little bit at my face, not too much, but my skin, like, again, this is where I'm gonna get into the background of things, okay? My dad had cystic acne and rosacea and all this stuff growing up. So like, genetics plays a role in your skin. I'm very aware my skin's probably gonna suck until I get into my 30s or 40s. So, you know, I'm 27 now. I'm hoping it'll calm down a little bit more in the next few years. But you know, genetics plays a big role depending on how your parents' skin was, and all that sort of stuff depends on what you're gonna inherit. And then you just kind of like tweak your stuff from there. So, anyways, there's that. That's my family history. My dad had really bad acne. My personal history is I deal with really bad cystic acne. Now, I am fortunate enough that when I get cystic acne, it's not necessarily like super red and like boily looking bumps. What I get is it's just super fucking deep in my skin to where I can literally feel it on the inside of my cheeks, and my whole, it literally would make my face hurt. Like, it's insane. And now, you know, again, if I don't pick at it, you don't really see it. It'll kind of go down. Again, very fortunate in that regard, but it hurts so bad. I've actually been on Accutane twice. I went on Accutane once when I was around 12 or 13 years old. So, you know, that's like 6th, 7th grade range. And that was not fun. So that was when I went on my first round. I still deal with acne. I still get it here and there. I'll get cystic acne on my neck sometimes. Sometimes I'll get it on my chest. It really just like kind of depends. I'm not gonna like completely, Paul, I don't feel like moving my shirt and stuff right now. but I still, I still deal with that stuff, but I had it bad back then. And, it was a combination of I played sports and I just have bad genetic acne. And so I've dealt with those two things, right? Well, then Accutane really helped for a while. Most of my high school, I was like pretty good for it. And then when I got out of high school, a lot of people don't really warn you about it, but you do tend to go through a second puberty. And that's what happened. So I tried to go on Accutane again when I was like 19 years old. Had horrible side effects. And if you don't know, Accutane's really aggressive. It's actually like quite dangerous. You have to take a birth control test every month, like you gotta pee in a cup and everything before that you can continue to go on and get your next refill. And you're constantly seeing your dermatologist. Like, it's kind of some scary shit. So when I went on it my second time, I ended up having a side effect with my muscles. And so I was trying really hard to gut it out to the point where I pretty much couldn't sit upright. I was kind of like bedridden, because I was in so much pain. And on top of that, I was going through other health issues at the time. So there was like a lot of classes I actually couldn't attend at college at that time, or I had to drop out of because I was literally in such like bad health state. It was not fun. Like very nauseous all the time. Essentially what was happening the second time I went on Accutane was you have your spine, okay? And we're gonna like use the corner here of my hands as an example where the center of your spine kind of is, right? My muscles were pulling so tight on it, it was starting to rotate, like force rotate my spine because of how my muscles were pulling at it. So I was in a lot of pain and had to go off it like immediately, which fucking sucked because I would have loved to like, not have to go through so many like products and stuff, but my skin is so much better than it used to be. And finding the right products that have worked for me has changed a ton. I also know this probably should go without me saying, right? But your diet and how cleanly you are with your routine is going to make a big difference in your skin too. I know a lot of people don't want to hear it. I know it's easy, but like, and I'm even guilty of still doing it, but like fast food is going to contribute to your breakouts. The greasiness of the food and the processed foods will encourage your breakouts. So if you are able to substitute, obviously it's better to eat cleaner. And I know like some people do it for weight loss and stuff like that too, but like, if you want to help, like I already have a genetic, like I have my genetics that contribute to it, but the minute I'm having fast food, like I will notice the next day or the night of, I get a flare up. And it sucks. It's really unfortunate. So it's like some things to consider. If you're not washing your pillows or your bed sheets enough, you need to be doing that like at least every 2 to 3 weeks. Your towels, if you're not washing your shower towels enough, you're going to have more breakouts. You need to be washing those like every week. So just kind of things to keep in mind. That's going to help a lot, especially if you don't have those habits. I know it sucks. It's annoying to do, especially like when you're depressed. It's hard to take hygiene and stuff seriously. But what I really recommend is like trying to get into a therapeutic state with your skincare where like I'm in a point now where even if I have a horrible day, I literally look forward to showering because of my skincare routine. It has just become very therapeutic for me. I can have a horrible day. I can feel really like depressed, like not want to get out of bed, crying, all this stuff sometimes. And like at the end of the day, my skincare routine it's become very therapeutic and relaxing for me, even though there's like quite a few steps to it. Because I know my face and everything's gonna feel better the next day too. And normally quite shortly after, at least to a little bit, it makes me feel better. So trying to make those adjustments, I highly recommend. That said though, obviously as I kind of said, I still deal with acne and I still deal with like breakouts here and there. It's not anywhere near as bad as it used to be. For what my skincare is, my acne and my cystic acne, but I still do get really hard cystic nodules. Like it will hurt my face. I can't say that enough. Like this is how bad, and you guys will understand if you've kind of been on it. But like I'll talk about microneedling and stuff in a sec. I'll talk about that after the skincare. We're gonna get in the skincare first. I'm trying to do this in like what order kind of makes the most sense here. So I'm going to kind of disclose it and we'll talk about it more after. I have gone through microneedling. I just started doing it in 2024. There's going to be some precautions and stuff I'm going to tell you with that. Don't jump right into microneedling until you figure out your skincare routine to help your acne first. Okay. That's my first disclosure. And then I'll talk about that in a minute, but I did start microneedling last year. Skincare routine. There are 2 or 3 things that have made the biggest difference in terms of my acne on my face. 1 is double cleansing. 2 is using Grissy. Grissy is a sulfur product, and you'll see it in a second, but I want to start with what I do in the morning, okay? So morning routine for my skincare. I don't exfoliate my face. Okay, this, a lot of people, this is where the biggest mess up is. You're fucking your skin barrier up if you're exfoliating every single day in the morning, especially, but like, or just using a harsh exfoliator every day. You got to be really careful about doing that stuff, especially with acne, because you're like really kind of scarring your skin and messing your barrier up. And as those of us with acne, we already have like not the best skin barrier going on. So for the love of God, don't exfoliate your face in the morning. The only time and the only cleanser I'll recommend, okay, in the morning, like, don't, also just speak in general, try not to cleanse your face in the morning. You've built up good oils overnight and stuff. Like, your skin does need that. If anything, you can do some cold water. I don't recommend warm water because then you're just opening your pores up. But you could do cold water. You can do a toner if you really want to. I personally don't do a toner in the morning. I do serums. If I need to feel like I need to wash my face, I'll do cold water. And if I have a dry patch on my face, okay, I recommend Dermalogica's microfoliant. It is expensive, but it will literally last you like a year or two. It's the powder. It doesn't come pre-mixed, so you get the powder and you add some water to it, put it on your face, and that's your exfoliant. But it is a gentle exfoliant. It's called the microfoliant, but it's so much more gentle on your skin. It's not nearly as aggressive, and you can use that if you need to every day on some dry patches, especially in the morning. So anyways, that said, if this is the toner I use, again, I don't use it in the morning. This is the toner I use though at night. If I were to use this in the morning, I would use this one. It is from Some By Me, M-I. This is off of Yes Style. It's an AHA, BHA, PHA toner. I really like it. I feel like it's helped with my acne quite a bit, but I don't use that. So what I do is in the morning is I go in and I use this twice a day. I use the snail mucin. I know some people are hit and miss on it. I genuinely think it's very helpful for my skin barrier. So I'll use this serum. I also really like, I need to add this back into my routine because I genuinely think this serum is great. The Lancome Genifique, again, it's expensive, but this is the only, like, outside of Dermalogica, really expensive thing that I took out for a while to see if I, like, really liked it or if I noticed there was a difference, because I swore by it for the longest time. And yes, I do. I really do think, like, especially with, like, fine lines and stuff, this shit is amazing. I do recommend this. But yeah, so I'll go in with this. I'll go in with this serum. Generally, if I feel like my acne is still pretty bad, I will go in with a different serum instead. And that's this. Again, I know things are mirrored, so I apologize. It looks like that. It's called the Glutathione Niacinamide Ampule Serum. So you can get this off of Amazon. I get it off of Yes Style because it's like several dollars cheaper. I don't know it might have changed by now. I try to order in bulk, and then so I get free shipping and stuff. And then I have some back stock because I tend to forget to order things every month or whatever. So there's that. That stuff, that's really nice. Those are the 3 serums I really like, and I'll use potentially up to 3. Then what I end up doing is I will use, I really recommend an SPF. I personally really like the Dermalogica SPF. I've tried the Beauty of Johnson, and I've tried some other one that's it's like a not a toner, a tinted SPF. And I just, with my skin and my acne and stuff, I feel like neither of those sit very well on my skin. The Beauty of Johnson one makes my skin feel more oily, which I already kind of have to deal with a little bit because of my acne, and I just don't like how it feels. I've tried it. I tried it for like a month to kind of stick it out. I'm not a big fan of it. I also don't like that I have to squeeze it. I very much so prefer pumps from products. Squeezing shit, I don't really care for it. It gets annoying to kind of like get out sometimes. So there's that. But yeah, I feel like this one is like very hydrating, but it doesn't make me feel oily. Again, Dermalogica is unfortunately a little bit more expensive, but I do really like that SPF and I recommend it. It's also SPF 50. And then I'll do that. Oh, I forgot to bring it down. I have a giant pump of Vanna Cream. I can't say this enough. Vanna Cream's amazing. It also is fragrance free, but any products you get, for the love of God, please stop buying and dipping your hand into pots. If there is a pump option, always get the pump. Now, a lot of us that have acne tend to have more sensitive skin, so you'll kind of understand what I'm saying. But if you maybe for some reason don't have sensitive skin and you're having breakouts and you don't know what it's coming from, it is probably from you dipping your hand in a pot. I don't care if you're washing your hands beforehand, before you go dipping in there. I swear to God, it picks up bacteria way faster, even though you can't see it. And it causes breakouts. My sister couldn't figure out why she was getting breakouts. And I borrowed her CeraVe pot that she had, and the minute I put it on, my skin felt like it was on fire. And I literally had really bad, like, cystic breakouts that same day. It was horrible. And I told my sister, I was like, you need to throw this out. This is why you're breaking out. She's like, really? My skin doesn't do that. I'm like, yes, this is definitely contributing to your breakouts. And sure as shit, that's exactly what happened. So please don't, if you are going to buy a pot product that doesn't have a pump, you need to have a spoon. Keep your fingers out of it. Get a little scooper that you can clean every time. I don't know what it is. Even if you clean your hands, it's just, I don't know if it's because there's like, you need to scrub under your nails really hard. Regardless, get a spoon. Stop dipping your hands in the pot. It's probably contributing to your breakouts. I had to stop using a couple different products because, like, I can't, like, them, it just somehow they get contaminated. I swear, every time. It takes like a week or two, and then it's contaminated, even if I always wash my hands. So that's my biggest thing. Vanna cream, though, is amazing. If you've been on Accutane, you've probably been recommended Vanna cream. It's such an amazing lotion. It doesn't agitate my skin. It's a very nice thick cream. Aquaphor is really nice too. I do like Aquaphor, but I feel like Vanna cream just really soaks into your skin a lot faster. And it's just such a nice thick cream. It's so good. I'll use it multiple times a day on my skin because it's winter right now. I love it. And then I'll just go about the rest of my day. Then it becomes nighttime, okay? Nighttime hits. Normally it's like, it just depends on how late it is for me when I stop working. But regardless, I go in to take a shower. I take a hot shower. And you guys might not do hot showers, and that's fine. But what I really recommend doing is like double cleansing your face. So currently this is the one I'm using because you can honestly, in my opinion, use any freaking oil. I'm currently just using this DHC deep cleansing oil. I was using the Anua oil off of, again, Yes Style. Both are great. I really don't think the cleansing oil makes that big of a difference on which one you're using. So anyways, you want to do this, use your cleansing oil first, really get in there, rub all your face. And I know this sounds silly, but there's parts of your face that you should, when you start cleansing, that you should notice that you don't rub as well as others. For me, it tends to be my chin. I don't know why. I tend to just slack on my chin. And I started to notice that, and I was like, oh, so like really think about how you're rubbing your face. Make sure you're doing it a lot. You really scrub, get in there. Then your face is off. Now, I do recommend shampooing your hair first, before you kind of do some of the masking I'm about to recommend. So just something to kind of keep in mind. Cleanse your face, then go in with the second cleanser. I absolutely love this one. It's called Anua's Heartleaf, whatever the fuck that keyword is, Pore Deep Cleansing Foam. This is what it looks like. I love this shit. It's a little bit exfoliating, not too much. It feels so nice on my face. I feel like, it feels like my pores are like stripped clean after this. I know that sounds really silly. My face feels so good after this. After double cleansing, it feels great. Then you're gonna go in with another cleanser. However, I don't use this as a cleanser, okay? You will have to build your tolerance up to this. This is the holy grail. This line right here for acne, okay? It's called Grissy, and this is how it looks. Again, I know my stuff is mirrored. It just is what it is. It's fairly cheap. I think it's like maybe $8, something like that. This is going to last you months. This will last you months, okay? Whenever you go to buy this, I also highly recommend buying the cream with it, okay? This is what both look like. These bright yellow, okay? That's what they look like. So those are both on Amazon. Now I'm going to tell you how you need to be using it. So after you've double cleansed your face, shampoo, if you're washing your hair, I don't wash my hair every day. It's entirely up to what your routine is. But at this point, what I'm going to recommend is washing your hair. If you are going to wash your hair now. And then if you're going to mask your hair with conditioner, now is when you can do that, okay? And then you're going to want to have your clip, and you're going to want to tie it up. This right here is a cleanser. I do not use it as a cleanser. I use this as a mask because it's a little bit harsher doing it that way, but also it prevents me from necessarily having to use the ointment. With me having cystic acne and everything, this is such a game changer. You will have to build your tolerance up to this. You can't, I recommend using it as a mask. So I'll sit in my shower, and I know it's different depending on the state and where you're at, how much water you have access to and what your water regulations are. So depending on where you're at, you might not be able to stand in the shower with it. I do. I steam, my face is being steamed. I like the hot steaming shower. I like to let this sit on, and I read my webtoons and webcomics while this is sitting on my face for between 5 and 15 minutes. Again, you don't have to be in the shower for this. It depends on where you're at. I think it's helpful to be in a hot, steamy shower with this. You let this sit on your face between 5 and 15 minutes. I tend to do more the 15-minute range. Then you're going to wash it off, okay? After that, you get out of your shower, okay? You finish washing your hair, washing the rest of your body, scrub everything. This is, all right, you're good. You're hopping out of your shower now. Then you're going to go on and use your toner. After you use your toner, you will use your serums. So I'll use the niacinamide and or the Lancome, and then I will go in with the snail mucin. After that has sat on my face, depending on where I'm at my skincare routine, depends on what I will use for the next step. Now, because you're just now starting out using this grissy product, okay? It's sulfur. Sulfur zaps acne. Sulfur is great at getting rid of infections. I cannot, this stuff is so good, which is essentially what acne is. It's an infection. So I can have bacterial acne breakouts. I can have cystic acne breakouts. This shit zaps all of it, okay? Don't pick your face. Let this product work. I know that's really hard to do. If you need to put a pimple patch on it to keep you from picking at things, do it. This is going to dry it out, okay? You need to give it time to work. You will take about 2 weeks to build up your tolerance to this. I now use this every day. While you start out using this, you're probably going to be using it every other day, okay? Every other day to potentially 3 times a week. Just depends on how your skin's handling it. So anyways, you have that. I use that every day now because my tolerance is built up to it. Then what I do, I do the serums like we talked about, okay? Depending on how bad my cystic acne is, will depend on what I use next. You should not, okay, I'm going to repeat this again, okay? You should not use both these products at the same time. It will cause you to get contact dermatitis. It's not fun. It's essentially you get eczema on your face for a week or two because you've dried your skin out so bad and agitated your skin so bad. I know everybody's different. I tend to get it the most here on in my chin area, specifically this spot right there. If my acne is really bad, I'm going to put on the grissy sulfur ointment after. You can use this in the morning. Just be careful because you need to build your tolerance up to it first. So if I have really bad cystic acne or I have this particularly bad spot, I'll use obviously my mask. I will use this at night, and then I will also put it only a dot on the morning. You only want to put it on spots where you have acne, okay? You can, as you build your tolerance up, do it on your whole face if you feel like the whole spot's getting bumpy and stuff like that. But if you put it on everywhere while you're building up your tolerance, you're gonna hurt your skin. So just be careful, but I do the ointment then on top of it. It will cut my cystic acne. It will take all the pain away when I wake up in the morning. Which if you've had cystic acne and all this shit, that's the biggest thing. It hurts so bad and it fucking itches. It itches because you can feel the infection. I'm serious. Grissy, I really hope they don't hike their prices up. It is because sulfur's cheap. It's a this has been the biggest game changer for me. So I still get breakouts. It's part of my genetics. It's better than what it used to be. But again, I don't know if you can see how smooth my skin is. It's so smooth. It's so smooth. And again, these were cystic spots that have been taken care of. Now I did lance those, but you can see where it's red. I have those red patches still, ever so slightly. Those were cystic spots, and they're so smooth. And that's the key before you put makeup on. Is you having it smooth, but also you just feel so much better going out without makeup on if it feels smooth and the pain's not there. So that's great. If your cystic acne and stuff like that doesn't hurt anymore and it's gone down, then I will use tretinoin. I don't use tretinoin every day because, again, cystic acne, dealing with acne. I generally don't use this every single day. If I'm not dealing with an acne breakout, I will use this almost every day over the sulfur because I've already done my mask. and I don't necessarily feel like I need this. This is more so for like zapping specific spots. If you feel like you have cystic acne spots that don't go away and you feel like there's a hard lump that just stays there sometimes, the masking and this, keep putting this on it until that hard lump's gone. It will make it go away. If you have cystic acne, you'll know what I talk about. Sometimes there's just a hard nodule in there that you feel like doesn't go away. It doesn't itch, it doesn't whatever, but you feel a hard nodule in there. It's because it's not completely gone. This will get rid of it. Keep using it until it's gone. I promise you it will go away. You're not gonna think it is. It will take it away. Because like for me, it used to be like it would sit there for weeks, sometimes a month. This will make it go away. So that shit's great. Tretinoin, again, that's how I use it. I used to get prescribed tretinoin. That's how I got on it originally with my Accutane and stuff, with my dermatologist. However, I haven't seen my dermatologist in a while because they were being weird. I don't understand why, but they were being weird. I changed insurances, even though I'm still covered under my husband, and they just threw a fit over it. Again, I don't fucking know why. It was weird. So anyways, I just go through Nurex for tretinoin. You can do the same. You can plug your insurance in and stuff like that. And you can just pay for it out of pocket. That's what I do. Next, what I do is I'll put on Vana cream. After I do all that, I personally save my Vana cream for last because it's so thick on my face. And after I've used drying products, that helps keep me from getting dry. So you want to make sure you let everything sit in and it's dry on your face before you use, obviously, each product. Then what I do is I'll go in with volufiline generally. Now, as you can see my under eyes, especially when I look down, you see how hollow they are here? This is genetic. All right, there's not really much I can do about it. I'm going to get, hopefully, a fat transfer in a couple months that will help fix it. But they used to be way worse. You can kind of see when I look to the side, the volume different. Again, it's just like, it's super sunken in. It's genetic. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's ways you can watch my makeup tutorials that help with it. But it makes me look really tired. But using volufiline has helped a ton. It's also helped kind of make my lips feel more full. So I do recommend it. However, a lot of the people that don't see the results from volufiline are generally not activating it. So this is what it looks like. You can get a little dropper of it off of Amazon. There's another one that works too. That's volufiline. You don't have to necessarily get that brand. Just make sure it's well rated. Read it. Make sure it's the right shit. But people aren't activating it. Normally they're just putting straight up volufiline on their face, and that's not necessarily going to do anything. It needs to be activated with some form of oil or fat, from what I was reading. So what I do was I happen to have beef tallow, and I mix it with this. It's Evil Good. This is the one I get. And I'll literally just take a little scoop of my pinky. This is the only time where I recommend, and it's okay in my opinion, to scoop with your finger. Because you're not, at least I don't get breakouts right underneath my eye and stuff. So I'll take one little scoop with my pinky, and then I put 2 drops of volufiline, and I mix it together. You can use a Q-tip. I generally just use my pinky and I mix it right here on my hand. This little spot right here, that's my palette. And then I'll put it under my eyes, and I'll go out here to where my crow's feet are. I'll do it through there. I don't recommend putting it up top because it encourages fat production, so it can make your upper eye a little bit more fatty than you want. And then I put it on my lips. That has caused me to have so much fat come back under my eye. It's been insane. I love it. It's been really, really helpful for me. Now, it hasn't been the cure-all, but it's helped me get to the point, like, I wanted to exhaust all options before I considered doing anything with a surgeon. So that's where I'm at now. I've, like, recovered a bunch. I'm comfortable now if I want to go there. I also use this Revive Eye Serum, which is ginseng and retinol. This is Beauty of Johnson. I feel like this is also very helpful. This helped get rid of a lot of the discoloration that was under my eye and give a little bit of fat back. But the biggest thing was it helped with discoloration. It looks like this. Man, it's really washing it out. But that's what it is. I also got this off of Yes Style. A lot of these products you will find off of Yes Style. This I generally will use 1 to 2 times a day. If I'm using this, I will use it with all of my other serums if I'm putting this on. All right, that's when the point I'll put this on. If I'm using it in the morning, I will also put it on at the same point with my serums before I put the lotion on. So that was one thing I forgot to mention. After that, what I like to do at night, I really like this Medicube mask. Now, I thought it was like fake hype and all this stuff, but it actually really helps with wrinkles. I don't like putting it all over my face personally. I feel like it's not very helpful in that regard for myself. but it does help get rid of wrinkles. I'll put it on my forehead instead of taping, and I won't have any wrinkles the next day. So consistent use is helpful with this. I will say I'm going to be getting a red light mask soon because, well, you have to make sure it's at the right frequency. So make sure you do your research for that in the brands. But I will be using that soon, so that will be very helpful. That's good at helping nuke acne. It's very helpful with fine lines, all that stuff. So I'm excited to start that. Now, the thing that I talked about earlier was microneedling. So let's talk about microneedling. You do not want to go get microneedling while you're having a bunch of breakouts on your face. Also, I'm noticing that my bangs are picking up quite a bit of oil all of a sudden, so I'm going to use dry shampoo on it. Isn't this cute? Hold on. Can it focus? Come on. Come on, camera. There we go. He's winking. This is what it looks like. I don't know what the fucking brand name is. Tap Secret. I like this. Just for bangs. I don't recommend this on your full hair. No, microneedling. Fantastic. I highly recommend it. It is so good for fine lines, but particularly acne scarring. Now, you can do lasering. I didn't particularly want to do that. Go to a dermatologist or a very, 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 very reputable med spa. Don't just go to any med spa. Make sure you're going to one that has someone that's gone through nursing school. That is important, and like also how long they've been doing it for with their practice and stuff. Don't just go to a med spa that has someone that's not been to nursing school. That is very concerning if they're fucking injecting your face and they haven't gone through all that. Now, if someone's trained by someone that's gone through nursing school, that's a little different. But just going to somebody that's, oh yeah, this esthetician has opened up their fucking shop, and you have to be so careful about those people because, like, Jesus Christ, some of them are so fucking stupid, dude. It's not even funny. Sorry, this is like, I think I'm running out. I'm running out of dry shampoo here. I also have to stream. I have stream after this. I'm excited for it. But there we go. That looks a little better. No, it's so good. Like, it helped my scarring a lot. I think I got it done 4 or 5 times last year. And then upkeep after that is like about 3 times a year. You go about every 5 to 6 weeks as when you start it. I do really recommend it. It was really helpful with my acne scarring and stuff like that. I know I'll go again at some point this year, probably within the next month or 2. But you need to get your acne under control before you go do it. Because here's the thing. If you're actively having a bunch of breakouts, if they stab your face, your pus and everything is going to be going all over your face. You don't want that. That's asking for infections. That's asking for your acne to grow. You will get rejected by estheticians or dermatologists if you're having a lot of breakouts. So the key is getting it under control. The routine I just told you about will hopefully be really helpful for you. It was extremely helpful for me. This is me battling acne for almost for a long fucking time, 1, but 2, just really getting like figuring out what products work really well for me and slowly cycling things out and trying new things. But once you have it under control and you feel like your face isn't hurting and it's just more or less you've got scarring left, it's not to say you're not going to have pop-ups. You're going to still have pop-ups. I still have pop-ups. But like right now, because I'm not having any active breakouts, I could go get microneedling done. That's essentially kind of the stage you want to get to. But it's really helpful for preventing breakouts. It's really helpful for getting rid of scarring, fine lines, like it's so good. It's just advanced skincare. If you're like me and you've dealt with cystic acne, it's probably going to feel really good to get it done. When I go get it done at my esthetician, and she literally, like, I always tell her, I'm like, she's like, oh, Warren was warning me when I was first going to get it done that it was going to hurt. I felt like I had a fantastic face massage. That's what it felt like for me. I had no, like, she warned it was going to be painful healing after. Wasn't at all, because I've been through Accutane and I have cystic acne. Nothing hurts as bad as that shit. And so I told her, she's like, I think you're the only person I've ever heard of that said it felt good to get it done. So I look forward to it. It's just, if you've had cystic acne and all this shit, your pain tolerance on your face goes up a lot. So I would like, microneedling probably won't really hurt for you. It is an investment. It is kind of expensive to get done. So that's something to kind of keep in mind. Depending on where you're at, pricing will be different depending on where you go to. If you're going into the city, things like that. So just some things to keep in mind. Is it worth saving up for? Yeah, but like work your way up there, slowly cycle products out, things like that. But yeah, that's that. I will probably do an update video when I decide to get a fat transfer under my eyes and stuff like that. So, but yeah, I try to keep disclosures in my skincare document, because I feel like it's really important to know that, because like I'm not perfect. And I also like, if I didn't have an audience, it'd be a little bit different, right? I would just tell friends as we go, or if it gets brought up in conversation, but I do have a platform, and like, I like to disclose things like that so that you guys don't have unrealistic expectations and whatnot. So yeah, that's that. But yeah, I can't talk highly enough of Grisi. 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 Grisi Pharma. Fantastic. That stuff, it's so good. But yeah, anyways, hopefully this is helpful for you. I hope things get better. If you swap out and you try it, update me. I want to know. I can't. Yeah, I'm so happy with my skincare routine. Again, I still have breakouts and things, but like, my face doesn't hurt all the time. Ever since I've started doing the Grisi stuff, my face doesn't hurt all the time. It's just so nice. I think I started the Grisi product 2 years ago. I started using it about definitely. It's definitely been it's been 2 years. So good. There is a bar of soap you can get, but I don't really care for it. I mean, it's a little bit easier to travel with. I prefer to put this in a little travel bottle and use this because I think this is more effective using it as a mask versus the bar of soap. And again, I even let this mask on my back, like my upper back where I tend to get acne. I let that mask on there too. I mask it on my neck, the front and back of my neck, because I clip my hair up, stuff like that. So again, I hope this is helpful for you. I hope this makes you feel better as much as it makes me feel better. Again, this is just what works for me. It might not necessarily work for you, but build your tolerance up, be careful, all that stuff. And yeah, I wish you luck in your skincare journey. Yeah, that's it. I hope you enjoy this. I really hope this is helpful for some of you. So that's it. Leave me, give me a thumbs up if it works for you. Let me know. I would love to know. I hope it does, because fuck, that shit's not fun. I wish I actually had pictures. I'm really sorry. It's just, I grew up before, and I didn't even really use social media when I was younger. So like, I didn't really take too many progress pictures ever of like my skin when I was younger. Also, it just made me very depressed. I'm sure you guys will understand if you've been through it. I know we're in a different age now where like you take pictures to show your skincare journey. Back in the day, for me, when, I was in school in the early 2000s and shit, because I graduated in 2016. From high school and stuff. Social media was a thing, but it wasn't like what it is today. And like, it was a lot more embarrassing where you don't really share stuff like that. And it's way cooler now. And I'm very grateful social media is different to where we can kind of share those things a little bit better now. But yeah, it's just, it felt more like the Wild West and you didn't share those things back then. So I do apologize. I don't really have too many progress pictures to show you, but, even if I were to dig back on my posting of socials, I know I've got like maybe one acne post, and even then, like my skin just doesn't look as good as it does now. It's very interesting. If it's the picture I can think of, I kind of wish I had pictures back then, but like also like I don't relish the idea of my mom taking pictures of my acne because I would want to share my skincare journey. You know what I mean? Like weird stuff like that. Anyways, I think I'm rambling. I love you guys. Thank you for watching. I hope this is helpful. I hope your skincare journey with acne gets better. And I will see y'all in the next video. Hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. The next video is going to be me playing around with this new Flower Nose palette. I love it so much. I've been playing around with the other one, the Weeping Angel. This is the Weeping Angel. The Eden's Angel is the other one. I'm going to look at the colors on this. Oh, there's blues and shit. Anyways, I haven't played with it yet. I'm saving it. I'm saving it for you guys. Don't you worry. But yeah, anyways. I love you guys. I'll see you stinkies later. Don't forget to sub. All that good shit. I hope your skincare journey goes well. And I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.